guys, welcome to the 5.1 Affliction Warlock guide provided to you by Dotsnrots of Stormreaver. Yeah. Alright. As you can see, 484 eye level. Not bad. Not the greatest though. Also do PvP. Gonna start off with the stats. What you want most, first and foremost rather, is intellect. As you can see, socket bonus, gem is 160 intellect. What's up? Next thing you need is mastery, which I'm standing at 58k on buff, which with a raid buff, I usually stand at around 78%. After mastery, you want haste. Crit, I'm not really worried about really. Alright, let's move on. What we have next, we're going to go over, are the talents. The talents that I have set up are Dark Regeneration, Mortal Coil, Dark Bargain, Burning Rush, Grimoire of Sacrifice, and Kill Jaden's Cunning. Alright, one by one, shall we? Dark Regeneration restores 30% of your health. I preferred over the passive effect of Soul Leech, which is 20% for all the damage dealt. You don't really notice it with Soul Leech too much in my opinion, so I prefer Dark Regeneration, just in case that a healer, which as we most know, most of them are pretty fail. So, saves my life. However, during AoE trash, I will be spec'd into Harvest Life. With that and my other spells, I usually pull 180k DPS on trash. Moving on, Mortal Coil. It's the only thing that you should be spec'd into in this tier ever. Unless you're PvPing, then Shadow Fury works fine. Mortal Coil, 15% damage increase. Works perfect. You will never believe. Saves your life all the time. And with Shadow Bulwark, it usually heals you for about 80k. Third tier, always Dark Bargain, because as an Affliction Warlock you will never have a pet, so these two are basically gone, useless. You absorb all damage for 8 seconds, even though you take 50% of damage over 8 seconds, you don't really ever notice it. Fourth tier, Burning Rush and Unbound Will. These are interchangeable depending on the fight. Most of the time I will run Unbound Will like for the dogs. The Stone Guards rather, in Mogoshan Vaults. I will use it when I break, rather, if there is the ice, I will use it, or run through them, use it, run to another one, and use my racial. Alright, moving on. Grimoire of Supremacy, Grimoire of Service. Ignore these two. If you're using them as an Affliction lock, you are a scrub. Grimoire of Sacrifice, the only thing you should be using. 50% damage increase. That's all you need. Last tier, Archmon's Vengeance and Kill Jaden's Cunning are interchangeable. I only ever use Manoroth's Fury when I'm doing dailies, or if I'm bored, just want to screw around. I will use Archmon's Vengeance mostly on Fang the Accursed and Mogoshan Vaults, because I like to hit him, well, I like to use his own spells against him, rather. Kill Jaden's Cunning, I use all the time due to the high motion fights in the new raids. So that's how you should be spec'd, you could say, even though there's no very solid spec. Moving on to glyphs, I and every other Affliction Warlock needs to have Glyph of Soul Shards. Gives you one more Soul Shard, which makes 4 total. These are key as an Affliction, like you need as many as you can have at all times. Second major glyph, I use Dark Soul, but you can also use Siphon Life. Siphon Life, it'll heal you for 20% of the damage that Corruption deals, which is enough to keep you going a little bit longer than everybody else, but I like a little extra haste every now and then. My other major glyph, which I highly recommend, is Soul Swap. Instead of when you swap targets, it'll allows you to keep your dots on the one target when you switch them to another, even though it gives it a 30-second cooldown, which is bearable. Minor glyphs, they're mostly cosmetic. I use unending breath for a movement boost underwater. So well, just makes it look pretty dang cool. Only minor glyph you should have is gateway attunement. Makes it so that you can activate it without having to go through it. Alright, so moving on, we're gonna go through rotation. In my opinion, Doomguard should only be cast when the boss is at 20% health. Why, Dots? Why? Because unless it's over a 10-minute fight, which nowadays 99% of these fights are not, you're losing damage. Sure, you might say, whoa, 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 but I'm losing a lot of boost, but I'm losing a lot of burst, rather, at the beginning of the fight by not popping. Well, unless it's an 11+ minute fight, don't pop him at the beginning. He does an extra 20% damage when he's at when the enemy is at 20% or lower health. Anyway, what you want to do is always, before the pool is pre-pod, I didn't bring any on me. I felt too lazy. I'm sorry, guys. And they're getting kind of expensive on my server. Then after that, you're going to go Curse of the Elements first and foremost. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You lose 5% extra damage if you cast anything else prior to this. I always go Curse of the Elements, and please note this is at the beginning of the fight, Soul Burn, and then Soul Swap, due to the fact that it automatically puts up Corruption, Agony, and Unstable Affliction. So the only thing I have to cast is Haunt and Malfate Grasp. So let's review. Curse of the Elements, Soul Burn, Soul Swap, Haunt, and then you're gonna think, oh, my filler. No. Going to pop your cooldowns. For me, it's Dark Soul Misery, which every Affliction Warlock has. And then Blossom of Pure Snow, which is the Shadow Pan trinket. If you get the other one with Spirit, you fail. Get out. This increases your crit by 3,595. Alright, so since I can't get the dummy below 20% health, we're going to start with Doomguard. And just for the hell of it, I'll pop my defensive cooldowns and all that, just for fun. Alright, I hope you guys are ready. Here we go. There would be a pull countdown. 3, 2, 1. You pre-pod. Curse of the Elements. Soul Burn. Soul Swap. Haunt. Cooldowns. Grasp. Doomguard. Grasp. Fresh Haunt. Grasp. Unstable Affliction. Grasp. Fresh Corruption. Grasp. Haunt fell off, got me fresh here. One thing you can never do is allow Agony to fall off. Ever. Especially when it's at 10 statics. You will hate light. As you can see, I'm going at even 52k. 53. With raid buffs, I would be at around 70k roughly. Pop my healing macro for you guys just to see it. As you can see, I just healed myself for 110k due to the fact of sacrificing your Void Walker gives you Shadow Bulwark. Alright, that'll do it for this time. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, guys, just hit me up. Dotsnrots on Stormreaver. I'll throw in my real ID just for the hell of it. Add me, friend request. PS me, whatever in-game mail works, and I'll answer them as quickly as I possibly can. Alright. Have fun out there, guys.